Hello, I'm Maria from the Greensboro Public Library. Today I'd like for us to look at some jewelry crafts that you can do at home. So what will you need to have to make your own projects? First, you'll need some beads. There are all kinds of beads available. There are wooden beads, some are painted, some are natural color. There are plastic beads. Some of these look like wood, and some of these look like glass, but they're actually plastic. And then there are glass beads available as well in different colors and sizes. You can also find some metal pieces, some charms, bells, bottle caps. And then you can use some non-traditional supplies. You might try buttons, or I love to do this, seashells. You might have some of these things around the house that would make some beautiful jewelry. If you don't like the idea of more traditional jewelry, you can shop in other departments of your store. How about hardware? These washers come in different sizes, and they will make neat jewelry. You might try the pop tabs from your sodas. You might find some cool things in the fishing and sporting goods department. These are something you use to make a fishing lure. And there's always office supplies, paper clips in different colors, safety pins, all those things. Your imagination is your only limit. So if you have beads or something to put on your jewelry, then of course you're going to need some type of cord. So there's lots of choices available. This beautiful yarn would be a nice choice. You could use the silky satin cord. You might want to use a leather string. You could buy hemp type cords. Here's some more traditional craft type ribbon. You could use paracord. You might use a wire. This flexible wire is called tiger tail. It's made for jewelry. And then there's more of a thicker, stiffer type wire. It comes gold, silver, copper. But the best thing to use for the project we're going to make today is a stretchy cord. This is called Stretch Magic. Comes in different thicknesses, and it's perfect to make a bracelet with. So let's get started. You will also need a few tools. You're going to need some tape. You're going to need a ruler or something to measure with. Some scissors. Some glue. You might want tweezers if you're using very small beads, and you're going to need that Stretch Magic that we talked about before. So the first thing you need to do is to determine how long you want your bracelet to be. How many inches of beads will you need? So you'll need to measure your wrist and decide how loose you'd like it to be. Most people need about 7 or 8 inches of beads, but then you'll need some extra cord to tie it off at the end. So, we're going to cut our Stretch Magic. This piece is about 12 inches. You're going to need to cut it at least 10 or 12 inches. And you're going to stretch it a little bit to begin with. And then I like to take a piece of tape and put it around the end to keep my beads from sliding off. I also have a towel here so the beads don't roll away from my table. And what I've done, I've used some of these glass beads for this example, some metal spacer beads, and some of those pretty white beads. And I've laid them out in a pattern. You can make the bracelet any design you want. Here's some I've made in the past. They have alternating colors. Some of them have charms or separator beads, different colors, different shapes and sizes of beads. You can do whatever you want to do. So I went ahead and laid out a small pattern here. Some of the different beads that I showed you. I've got my cord with the tape on one end, and I've stretched it a little bit, and I'm going to start stringing the beads. There we go. So I'm making a pattern of my white bead, my colored glass bead, and then a silver spacer bead. But like I said, you can make it look any way you like. So I will keep stringing those until I have about 7 or 8 inches of beads, and then I'll get ready to tie it off. So earlier, I made this one with some wooden beads, and now I'm going to show you how to tie it. I taped both ends just so we wouldn't drop our beads, and you're going to take those ends and wrap around just like you're making a regular knot. Then when you get ready to double the knot or wrap it a second time, you'll take the end of your cord through that hole, and then you're going to pull it and wrap that cord through the hole another time. That way it's going to be an extra strong knot, and you're going to stretch it and pull it as tight as you possibly can. So it's very, very tight. Then you're going to take a dot of the glue. Now this is a special jewelry glue, but you could use any glue that you have at home, your school glue or whatever. You're going to put a little dot of glue on that knot that we just made, and you're going to let it dry for a while, an hour or so at least. When you're sure that it's dry, you're going to cut the ends, the extra ends of your cord off, and your bracelet will be ready to go. So, if you enjoy this jewelry craft, there are some other things you can do to take it up a notch. You can, the washers that we're talking about, you can paint those with your regular craft paints, or even some nail polish to make brighter colors or different designs. If you have glitter or sequins at your house, you can use one of these types of glues. This one's called Dimensional Magic. This is just a regular Mod Podge. You can use those with a bottle cap or a special jewelry base to add some glitter and add the special glue to make a shine. So really, the sky's the limit. Use your imagination, your own creativity, and I hope that you have fun. See you next time. Bye.